Hello there, welcome to another edition on editorials. My name is Sandra Asante and we are broadcasting from Canada. Today we will be looking at the reasons why Germany-Namibia genocide apology is not enough. So don't go nowhere, I'll be back after the break. Stay tuned. You're welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with me. So between the 1904 and 1908, tens of thousands of the Herero and Nama people were murdered. Germany long-awaited apology for last century mass killing in Namibia has opened fresh questions about how Europe confronts its colonial past in Africa. It urged Namibian analyst MC Erastus last week at the completion of the negotiations with Namibia. German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas made the announcement that the slaughter his country carried out in its former colony was a genocide. There was also promise of development aid worth more than 1.1 billion euro, that is 1.34 billion US dollars. German colonists killed tens of thousands of the Herero and Nama people in Namibia between 1904 and 1908. This amounted to some 80% of the Herero and over 40% of the Nama. Their land and livestock were also confiscated. There was a punishment for taking part in the uprising. The media announcement on Friday was stagecraft at its best, a carefully compiled statement seemingly to avoid any legal culpability. It came as the largest fraction within the Herero community, continuing to pursue attempt to sue the German state for the genocide. The message was intended for a skeptical German audience that, according to the multiple studies, has a little remembrance of the killings or of the country's past as powerful colonial fort with dominion over modern-day Togo, Namibia, Burundi, and Tanzania. Now let's look at the hollow declaration of all this in the terms of fully acknowledging its colonial past in Namibia. Germany has always been reluctant to do so. This is despite providing development support to excessive administration since Namibia independence in 1990. A half-hearted apology delivered by a German development minister in 2004 on the 100th anniversary of the start of the genocide was roundly criticized. The clamor from the devastated communities for an unequivocal and acknowledgement of the genocide, an apology and compensation became louder. As a result of this, the two governments had no choice but to address the elephant in the room. The negotiations may have resulted in the recognition of the genocide, but the declaration is somehow hollow. To begin with, the statement was made in haste for domestic and other political reasons. As a result, everyone, including the Namibian government, was caught off guard. When the news of the statement made its way round the world, local chiefs representing the affected communities in Namibia were still being consulted on the conclusion of the recent round of discussions. Some local pundits have speculated that the time was chosen to seize the spotlight following the French President Emmanuel Macron's apology to Rwanda for its role in that country genocide in 1994. Second, the statement has been widely rebuked for failing to achieve the principal reparation demands. The money Germany will give, which is much smaller than some had hoped, is very specifically meant for reconstruction and development projects. It is still not clear who will benefit. The agreement was made without the direct participation of the community affected by the genocide at the negotiation table. But the development aid itself is also problematic. Germany made it clear that it is willing to atone for its colonial crimes without sparing or glossing over them. But the country also needs to come to terms with the origins of a racialized view of the world, placing Western authorities at the top and African at the bottom. Let's look at the patronizing aid. In the colonial era, Africans were regarded as the barbarians who lacked the ability to bring about economic and technological change, justifying the interventions of the imperial powers. This view defined how the West perceived and presented Africa in the past, and the echoes of that view may be found today. Development aid can still be presented in a patronizing way, maintaining an unequal relationship. It is being seen as the alternative to reparations with federal and fewer legal ramifications. That is, it does not dismantle the relationship that allowed the genocide to happen in the first place. But the Over-Herero and the Nama people are not alone in their demand for compensation from the former colonial powers. Various groups and countries have sought reparations in recent years. Burundi and the Democratic Republic of Congo are demanding some 43 billion US dollars of the reparation from Belgium and Germany respectively. Last year, Belgium King Philippe expressed in deepest regrets to DR Congo for his country's colonial abuses, but stopped short of full-blown apology. While statements of regrets and apology are coming more regular, paying reparations is still uncommon. The legal ramifications as well as the global scope of claims have made former colonial powers hesitant in Namibia. In Namibia, the descendants of those killed have been displaced from their homelands, with their cultures and customs being uprooted. Some are living in Botswana and South Africa, far away from their ancestral home. Jewish victims have been given reparations for the Holocaust, and Over-Herero and Nama community are grappling with how they can secure the same thing. It should come as no surprise that Germany's announcement has been roundly rejected by most of the traditional chiefs, including those who are thought of being supportive of the Namibian negotiators. Chief Manasi Zerara of the Zerara, speaking on behalf of a group of 5 government-aligned chiefs, released a statement rejecting the arrangement for falling short of their expectations. So this is where we end the editorials concerning the genocide of Germany and Namibia. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you some other time.